So while we wait for the results of these middle of the week games, specifically for Wednesday, because Tuesdays we already have the results. So we're gonna just break down whatever games we can for the weekend card. And this one we should be able to break it down. I'll be honest with you guys. This one I had a pretty easy time breaking it down. It's very clear the way I see it, at least. Again, just because I got a clear prediction doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but just gives me more confidence in my plays, if I'm being quite honest. So we got Necaxa at home. Tigres coming in. Tigres coming off of an embarrassing loss on Tuesday against Juarez. I kind of knew at least Tigres wasn't going to win by more than a goal. They ended up losing, so hey, and it ended up working out better for my bet, so I'm not complaining about that for sure. Now, there's a couple interesting things that I want to point out, guys. Tigres, most of their games have been at home. They haven't really been on the road too much, and when they did go on the road, it didn't look too good for them. They only have one win on the road, and that was against San Luis, and that was the first match of the season. All the other games they played on the road, they've honestly have not been playing the easiest teams on the road. They played León, they played Chivas. I don't remember off the top of my head who else they played on the road, but those results did not end up too good for them, and most of them ended up being in a draw. But another interesting thing I want to point out, Necaxa does not have a single draw out of 9 games. Out of 9 games, they have won 6. They lost 3. So it seems that Necaxa is either going to win or they're going to lose for you. But that doesn't mean they can't get a draw in this game. Necaxa, I think, is a team that's coming off, and they're playing better. They're definitely playing. I think they're playing the more better football at the moment. They're definitely clicking more offensively. They're slowly cleaning up that defense, but I still think that defense is a problem for them. And be careful. This Tigres team is just right now, they'll have an explosive offense, but at the same time, they got times where they just go to sleep. And they couldn't score against Juarez. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to score against Necaxa. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to score at least one, if I'm being quite honest. That's just how weird this Liga MX is, and that's just how weird these Liga MX teams are. So I also think if you want to add in both teams to score, but you want to play it, I say it's a good bet. I just don't want to pay it. I mean, personally, I just don't want to play it at minus 160. But I think it's a good bet, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. So for me, the side I want to be on the Necaxa side. I want to be on the home underdog that's actually playing a lot better offensively. Not just that, Tigres, they're coming off of a loss from Juarez, and now they got to go from where they are in Monterrey. They got to go from Monterrey to Necaxa. So now they got to travel. They're coming in with a loss. They're not that great a road team to begin with. So if this game does end in a draw, I'll just take the Necaxa draw, no bet. I'll take the push, if I'm being quite honest, because this Necaxa team and León kind of are both surprising me offensively. Just when I doubt them, they end up surprising me. So I'll take Necaxa on the draw, no bet. At the end of it, preferably 2-1. I think both teams are going to score. That's why it's juiced at minus 160. But at the very least, I think our over is alive as well. I think one of these teams, it's going to be 2-1 at the end of it. But again, that Necaxa defense is what worries me. So even if Necaxa does end up losing, I think our over is definitely going to hit. I don't think Necaxa is going to get shut out in this game, especially by the way Tigres are playing. I think most of the goals are going to come from the Necaxa side. But again, with just how tricky this league can be and how tricky these teams can be, I would not be surprised if Tigres manages to score a couple of their own. I wouldn't be surprised if they scored 2. But we're just going to have to find out. Tigres just not been playing so good, not been scoring as much. And on the road, they just don't have that great a record this season so far.